I don't care. It makes no difference to me where you've been or where you are today. You are just like every other person in that at some point in your life, you will go through what we call survival mode. Now, the intensity at which or the duration at which you experience this survival mode will be unique to you. But at some point, you will go through it. In fact, you may be going through that right now. But what occurred to me is that when you're in survival mode, you are very clear, very intentional on the choices that you make in order to survive. So, for example, if you're in survival mode for financial reasons, you know exactly where you can start cutting back spending in order to survive. If you are in survival mode for physical health, you know exactly, you are so intentional on your choices of the doctor's orders or following a new diet or exercise or taking a certain medication. Like, the choices you make are intentional for survival. But what I find is that everything else in the day-to-day life is like just going through the motions. It's like you wake up in the morning and say, I'm in survival mode. And your choices are intentional for survival only. At what point do you flip the switch? At what point do you say it's no longer just about survival? It now has to be about a rebirth, a rebound, a recovery, growth, whatever that next step needs to be for you. Where do you get out of the day-to-day just going through the motions and waking up saying I'm in survival? Where does that need to switch for you? Today, tomorrow, wake up tomorrow, and instead of telling yourself this mental game of I'm in survival, because guess what? When you say I'm in survival mode, that's where you're going to live. Wake up and say I'm in revival mode. I'm going to recover now. And start making choices. Be intentional with your decisions to now move you beyond that survival. Create greater impact versus just baselining every single day, week by week, month by month. We all get into survival mode, and that's okay, but you cannot live there. Turn the dial, change that message, what you're saying to yourself in the morning. Find those decisions where you can be intentional and create actual impact beyond the baseline. I want you to start there today. Today, where can you be intentional to create that impact and get yourself out of survival mode? Comment below. I want to hear where you're going to be intentional, what impact you want to create for your own life. I'm here to help you live that successful and fulfilling personal life. Until next time.